Request with Councillor Gary, who sits on the Cultural Diversity Advisory Committee. The issue of hate crimes was identified as an issue by our CDAC committee. So if the committee can indulge us, not on the table, it's up to you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, well, let's do that one. The final one, just to be fair to Ed, well, it's already released this evening. We'll set that over in December. We'll attack it first thing in December. So go ahead, Duncan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The issue of hate crimes is one that it's a difficult issue to pin down precisely, and Constable Lombard will talk about that as we go through. Just want to give you a little bit of the background. As you know, 5 years ago we established the Cultural Diversity Advisory Committee with the Federal Police Force, and our mandate is basically to bring community members together to advise the Office of the Chief of Police on matters specifically relating to cultural diversity and policing. And we also ask for input on their policy development, training, recruiting, and so on. We have a number of members on our committee from a broad cross-section, the Multicultural Association, Population Secretariat, Councillor McGarry from Immigration. Constable Lombard is our multicultural liaison officer. And we all work together as a group to find solutions to mutual concerns in our community. I've gone over the composition there fairly quickly. We actually meet in this room quarterly, 4 times a year, or if there's any issue that arises in the community that is particularly sensitive, that the people from the multicultural communities feel that they need to talk to police on, we'll convene a meeting to address those concerns. Again, we've just celebrated our 5th anniversary of this committee and getting some good work done. When we met in January, we set out our goals and objectives for 2012, and the top 4 priorities that we identified for this year was to further develop our communication strategy, including the use of the Fredericton Police Force website. You can actually go on our website now and see the terms of reference for the CDAC committee, and also to engage our local media. We've also continued with our cultural competency and service training for our police officers, and that has been an ongoing initiative over the last several years, and all of our members have had ongoing exposure to cultural competency training. Another thing that was identified by our board was a need to take a look at hate crime statistics in the city of Fredericton and how that may be impacting our community, and what the police response is to hate crimes, and are we doing it appropriately? Are there any gaps of service and issues of concern there that we can focus on? And finally, we want to engage in an evaluation gap analysis of what our committee work is about, and our ongoing public education and outreach. So with all that said, I'm going to turn the floor over to Constable Lombard. Again, he's a multicultural liaison officer who has just got a tremendous amount of networks in our community, and I'll let him take the lead.
Thanks very much, Chief. Just quickly, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Duncan Lombard. I've been with the Fredericton Police Force for approximately 23 years. I'm currently with the section of crime prevention and community resource, and one of my primary duties in that section is as a multicultural liaison officer. The Chief, our department recognized a number of years ago the importance of inward immigration into the city, and we felt we had a very important role to play to help to transition and to facilitate some of that immigration into the city. So we take our leadership role very seriously, and we basically put our money where our mouth is, and we do a number of programs, a number of initiatives within the department to help facilitate that. As you can see, we have everything from Kids and Cops Summer Camp, where we invite a number of cultural groups to join us in the summer. That camp is completely sponsored by the officers, run by the officers. Great opportunity to meet some of these diverse groups. And we go all the way through to force-wide cultural training. I just came to this meeting from another in-service training that I conducted this morning to our officers, and that is ongoing training in cultural areas, cultural sensitivity. So again, we take all that very seriously, and we certainly try and provide an exceptional service in this area for the diverse community. Through the natural evolution of discussion in the CDAC, the Cultural Advisory Committee group, which Councillor McGarry is part of that group, There was some discussion in regards to hate crime. There's some discussion as to what constitutes the hate crime, and this is in fact the criminal code definition of what a hate crime is. As you can see, it's anything that involves hate with certain groups, and the criteria is right there, very clear. And what I want to do is I just want to show you a couple of quick slides, a couple of snapshots only of what we have for files over the last 5 or 6 years, we'll say, that have come in as complaints of hate crime. And in fact, these files actually met that criteria, met that definition. And as you can see, there's a total of 6 since 2006. And they are based on various criteria, anything from religion to sexual orientation, as you can see. And each one of those categories, we have 2. So these are actual crimes, like I said, that we can actually prove there was a crime committed and has met that definition of hate crime. In the suspected cases of hate crime, we have 12 complaints that have come in. Again, going back to 2005, each one of these is investigated, but if it cannot meet the criteria, it cannot meet that definition, for whatever reason, there's not enough evidence there to prove that it is a hate crime, then we simply have to list it as a suspected hate crime. We can't definitively say that the crime was committed as a result of hate. But there were 12 that were in that suspected group, as opposed to 6 that we could actually prove as hate crimes. So that's generally a very quick snapshot of the crimes. We take these crimes very, very seriously, obviously. Everyone that comes in is fully investigated. But I would like to at least take the opportunity to say that overall, I think Fredericton is a relatively tolerant, respectful community, as you can see around us. I think for the most part, our citizens behave in an appropriate manner towards other people. So that's the good news. Again, the efforts are ongoing. We don't stop. We continue with our work, and certainly through community awareness, through our CDAC meeting by the chief, and just our various roles, we have really been able to network with a lot of these ethnic groups that are coming in the city. We've made great contacts with the Multicultural Association, and we're really on a very good footing with the immigration that's coming in. So that's basically my time, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Duncan. I'm going to ask Eric to
yeah, it's a community that works very hard at what they do, and it empowers people, especially other immigrants, to come forward with suspected these hate crimes. Our stats has only been 6 since 2006, which tells a lot about the people of Fredericton, about the acceptance. So I think it's something that Fredericton should be proud of. When we talk about bullying, racism, discrimination is probably the worst kind of bullying ever. If you ever experience something like that, and bullying, as you know, is high profile, and people that discriminated, racism perhaps against, it's plain outright worst form of bullying. However, as I said, Fredericton has great people are very acceptance. Our city is changing. We're being more of a cosmopolitan city, and with extending our hand to help people coming in with their families. And some of these people come from countries that aren't too pleasant. So when we land here, a helping hand goes a long way to heal a lot of past. So the community does a great job, and especially when people come from countries that fear the police. If they talk to the police, they may never be seen again in other countries. So it's here. They realize it's a different culture, and we really appreciate the work you do. So thank you very much.
Yeah, so I was going to say, Duncan and I mean, we really appreciate the work you're doing along with the committee. It's important, you know, as the community changes culturally and diversifies, that I guess the people of the city understand that they're welcome, you know, just not by the you know, the citizens as a whole, but the fact that you're reaching out there to you know, the police, and because as Eric indicated, that it's not necessarily well, the world's different, and some of these communities and countries that people come from, you know, sort of their relationship with the police is somewhat different than what we expect here. And it's good to see this initiative, and look forward to hearing more about it in the future. So, yeah, we won't get to that last item because I'd like to spend a couple more minutes on it and make it. So anyways, so they're in this meeting.